Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the October 15th, 2024 edition of the Premarket Prep session. I'm happy to be back this week, back fully functioning, YouTube working in accordance for my good, for our good. We had a great Green Day yesterday, SPY, right? Doing what we expected of it based off of the movement that we got Friday, and it paid. NVDA, same thing. Citigroup, same thing. So we're happy to start off another week green and see what else the market has for us. As always, we're looking to be patient, right? We're looking to make sure that we play our game according to ourselves versus ourselves because we're the only competition that we have and look to get 1% better. That's what we want to do here each and every day. So throw those ones in the chat signifying intention to get 1% better. And let's go ahead and get after it here today. And since we weren't here yesterday, I will go over our week ahead newsletter as well. So earnings week in full swing this week, something you'll definitely want to keep track of. Um, just in advance here for anyone who might be new as well. If you go to, that daily chart, sometimes you'll see a little icon with a red telephone, and another blue circle icon with a light bulb in it. If you hover over top of that, it tells you when a company's earnings are, right? What time as well as the date. That's very helpful during this earnings season to make sure that you know whether or not any of your positions that you're currently in, those companies have earnings or not. So that's something you want to check each and every day because earnings can sneak up on you, and you want to make sure of that, right? So if you do have positions that have earnings soon, you want to put that in your calendar, anything like that, so it doesn't sneak up on you and you're aware. Our top news here for the week ahead, investors will be focusing on the retail sales print and industrial production report to gauge the economy ahead of the Federal Reserve's next policy meeting on November 7th. Options trading on the federal funds contract implies a 90% probability of a 25 basis point rate cut, despite some recent conflicting economic data. Earnings will continue to be in full swing with Netflix, Procter& Gamble, Taiwan Semiconductor being some of the notable companies due to report. The healthcare sector will also be in focus with United Health, Johnson & Johnson, and Abbott Laboratories all lined up to report. Now, in terms of the earnings spotlight, today we have Charles Schwab, United Health Group, Johnson & Johnson, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Rio Tinto, PNC Financial, State Street, Walgreens, Boot Alliance, and United Airlines. So a ton of household names reporting earnings today. Wednesday, October 16th, we've got Abbott Laboratories, Morgan Stanley, U.S. Bank Corp, CSX, and then Discover Financial Services. Thursday, we've got Netflix, Blackstone, Travelers, and Key Corp. Friday, we've got Procter& Gamble, American Express, and Regional Finance, whose ticker is RF. So probably the most packed day today, and then after that we kind of trail off a little bit, but we do have some big names reporting this week, so make sure that you keep an eye out for that. And again, make sure that you're not kind of getting caught up. Earnings can also affect you if you're, within that same sector. So for example, we have Taiwan Semiconductor that reports this week, or did they report yesterday? I don't think they reported yesterday, but I thought we had TSM this week. Yes, being some of the notable companies did report. I don't know why they did not say what day. I don't believe they said what day. We have TSM, so let me check. Looks like that is 10/17. So Tuesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday. So Thursday before market, we have TSM reporting. That's significant just because, with these different semiconductor companies, one reporting earnings could affect another one, right? If it's a competitor, maybe them doing badly is good for, your chip company, or maybe they talk about something on the earnings call that is a headwind for all chip companies that can make your stock go down as well, right? If you're NVIDIA or Marvel Technology or anything else. That's why earnings season is a little bit tricky, and it makes it important to make sure that you tend to the little things during earnings season as well, which we try to do each and every day, anyways. Right. But let's go over our economic calendar here for the week. So yesterday, Columbus Day, right? Bond market closed. Tuesday, anything important? We've got Fed President Daly speaking, but typically doesn't move markets. Wednesday, nothing really important. Thursday, jobless claims, U.S. retail sales, industrial production. So if anything, it'll be like Thursday where we get a few, but none of these things really tend to affect how markets move. Friday, housing starts, building permits. Yeah, honestly, a very, very light um, week for economic data dropping or anything like that. So that's good. So we don't have to worry about kind of CPI numbers or anything crazy throwing a wrench in what we expect out of the week. So let's go back to our Tuesday specific news. Okay. Let me check. All right, so our top news here on this fine Tuesday, October 15th. Wall Street is decked out for its quarterly festival of earnings. Companies are ready with their commentary, analysts are prepped with their projections, and investors are eager to place new bets on the markets. With the S&P 500 and Dow posting new record highs on Monday, the market sentiment looks entirely positive. Contenders this week, about 40 S&P 500 companies are going to report their third quarter performance to investors over the next couple days, which includes Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, United Health Group, Walgreens Boots Alliance, Taiwan Semiconductor, Netflix, and Procter & Gamble. That gives investors a plethora of data points to assess the health of the U.S. economy as Wall Street awaits the November elections. For the S&P 500 as a whole, EPS growth is expected about 5% in Q3 2024 on 4.7% revenue growth. Now, bull run. Wall Street's bull market has entered its third year, climbing a total of 62.5% over a total of 502 trading days. So the S&P 500 bottomed out at 3577 on October 12, 2022, and has since rallied to the top. Factors boosting this run include the advent of artificial intelligence and a Federal Reserve that looks to be on track to deliver a soft landing. You hear something different on that each and every week. Among the bunch, the Magnificent Seven have done most of the heavy lifting in the bull run. That's always the case. Bar too low, with quarterly earnings seeming to be off to a good start. Christine Short notes in a third quarter results preview that sell side analysts have ratcheted down their estimates more than usual this earnings season. Since June 30th, Q3 earnings estimates have come down by 3.6 percentage points, more than the 3.3 percentage points that have been seen on average over the last 10 years. While expectations have tempered since earlier in the year, the corporate sector remains strong with ample buffers given elevated profit margins and strong expected balance sheets. Counters principal financial group in earnings season starting from a place of resilience. Yeah, so honestly, not much news going on here this week. This is kind of just like a summary of where we are with things. We've got earnings coming up. The market has been going up for the past few years. This might be the slowest news day possible, if that is what we have, because that is the totality of what we have here this morning. What else is happening? Medical Properties Trust, NPW, right? They kind of had some clout for a little bit, going a little crazy, kind of entered meme stock territory. So MPW findings refute short sellers' allegations. Google's operating income EPS estimates at risk from CapEx. Phillips 66, ticker PSX, to sell 49% stake in Coop Mineral Oil in $1.24 billion deal. Coty, ticker COTY, warns of slower U.S. growth, more cost-cutting measures. Frontier's major holder plans to vote against sale to Verizon. California governor signs law aimed at preventing spiking gas prices. Acting labor secretary visits Seattle in bid to end strike at Boeing. Auto parts retailers face macro headwinds, but which can outperform? Stronger M&A activity among small caps will boost their performance. And then Bitcoin spikes to over 65K after China's weekend stimulus announcement. There are a number of different announcements. We also had, Kamala Harris talking about how she basically be a big proponent of Bitcoin and stuff like that, how she would protect, cryptocurrency assets, especially for Black men. Apparently, that is where she is polling the lowest. So there has been an active, effort by her campaign in order to capture that demographic, which I guess is my demographic. But yeah, so there was, I guess she dropped some whole new initiative with like 7 different pronged points, to kind of appeal to Black men. So we're in that full, home stretch stage here for the election where everybody's fighting for your vote. And, we'll see how everything shakes out. You guys know my take on it. I feel like at the end of the day, as long as I can control what I can control, I'm doing the best that I can. That's what I'm going to focus on. You got to vote. I believe in that within any scope that I'm involved with. And then also making sure I'm making my money work for me in markets. Those are the two big things. Today's economic calendar, nothing really daily. Speaking, from the Fed, Kugler, Bostic Bostic is after hours, Daily and Kugler during the day, but neither one I'm sure really move markets. So let's continue to get 1% better today, right? Today and all this week. I'm excited to be back into it, be back here on YouTube, starting my mornings with you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow morning to do the exact same thing. Let's continue to close the gap between where we are and where we're destined to be and help each other out along that way, right? I'll see y'all back here tomorrow morning for our next Premarket Prep session. Have a good one.